Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today's where basically stories and other random things take center stage. Welcome to today's video and Blind Woman Reviews, where we will be reviewing A Deadly Education. Now, know how you remember how I said I have a story for this? Wait till the review portion of this after the description, because that's when the story will make more sense, because this is where part of my critique goes as well. So, let's without further ado talk about what this book is about first. Lesson 1 of the Scholomans. Learning has never been this deadly. A Deadly Education is set at Scholomans, a school for the magically gifted, where failure means certain death for real. Until one girl, Elle, begins to unlock its many secrets. There are no teachers, no holidays, and no friendships save strategic ones. Survival is more important than any letter grade, for the school won't allow its students to leave until they graduate or die. The rules are deceptively simple. Don't walk the halls alone, and beware of the monsters who lurk everywhere. Elle is Elle is uniquely prepared for the school's dangers. She may be without allies, but she possesses a dark power strong enough to level mountains and wipe out millions. It would be easy enough for Elle to defeat the monsters that prowl the school. The problem? Her powerful dark magic might also kill all the other students. So, fun story. I picked up this book at first in Braille. The plan was to, I haven't read a physical book in a while, but the plan was to read this book while before I went to sleep, in order to, give me something to read before I went to sleep. But I've just mainly been reading audiobooks. But it has been something that I've been trying to do. I try to read physically before I go to bed. But then I got to page 26 and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And that's because there is a big critique that I will get into in a minute. But I decided not to do that. But although I wanted to still continue reading it, I needed to read it in audiobook, because I was going to DNF it if I didn't. But before I go into my critique of the book, or really critiques a little bit, I am going to first go into some positives, because I do have some positives about this book. I did enjoy this book. I like the academic setting. Anything with like boarding school kind of interests me a lot. I like things with boarding school. I think it's one of the reasons I love Harry Potter and Truly Devious so much, because Truly Devious takes place in a boarding school, so does Harry Potter. I especially love magic schools, hint why I probably like Winx Club. So I do like the fact that the academic setting, and one of the things I enjoyed that I do not read in many books is that although it kind of has a plot, the book, it sort of isn't with a plot. It feels kind of plotless. It feels like you're watching a slice of life anime with an actual plot. If anything, this book feels more like a prologue to graduation. But there's very little plot that comes up with this book, because every chapter is us seeing what the students kind of deal with in school, their everyday lives, which usually consist of people either dying or being about to die. And because of that, we don't get a full-on plot until like the end, when they have to actually do something to save the majority of the school from and all that stuff in order to graduate. I didn't fully spoil it, but that's kind of like the main plot, like by the end of it. But there is not a big form of plot. I will say, however, that this book has a really great characterization and really great world building. It's very interesting. I know this book has some controversy, which I don't have enough details on, so I am not going to go fully. I'm not going to go into it at all. I could have actually researched the controversy surrounding this, but honestly, I just didn't want to. Because I really don't know it. Well, and also I don't think I can give it enough, uh, kind of like, I guess, conversation, like enough conversation about it. But I know there was one about I know there was one, actually, there were at least three controversies that go with this book. And I found it to be kind of interesting. I like controversy and the stuff, but I'm not gonna go into this one because of it. But because I don't have enough, and I don't have enough to like give it. I don't know enough to give it any conversation or put anything into that conversation. So because of that, yeah, I can't give that. But yeah. So it does have an interesting amount of world building where the little details and the big details kind of come in and out. The only problem I have with this book, or problems, I guess, but the biggest problem I have is the exposition. And this is the reason why I decided to stop reading the book in physical form or in Braille. There is a lot of exposition. There's a lot. And the exposition felt kind of like an exposition dump. And when I was reading it physically, I was feeling kind of like, oh, that's too much. That's too much exposition. What am I like, what am I going to do with that? That's a lot of exposition. And because of that, it feels like a lot. And rightfully so. And the exposition should be delivered in a way that comes up for the reader, like it works for the reader and it doesn't feel like it's boggling. And at times it kind of did feel that way with the exposition dump. In audiobook, it was a little bit easier to handle it for me because I read at a range between 2.5 and 3 times speed depending on the book. Sometimes I can go lower depending on the narrator, either if I like the narrator or if I have a hard time understanding the narrator. But most of the time I can usually read at 3 times speed. So it was easier to go through that because you don't have to really, it feels kind of like you're skimming. But if me reading it in Braille or physically, it did feel like I was reading a lot. And because of that, I decided to stop reading it in Braille and decided to pick it up in audio. I had 2 extra credits, so I just got it on Audible. So I decided to just pick it up as an audiobook in order to finish the book, and because I really did want to read it, and I've heard really interesting things about it. I enjoyed my reading experience, but this is another option where an audiobook was better for me for this book. I think the exposition could have been delivered better. But that's like my big issue. The other issue I have is that there was like this romance that's been trying to be set up, and it just didn't feel it. I barely felt much about the romance thing. Thankfully, it's not a big focus, but still, if she's trying to set it up, at least, I don't know, set it up better. But I don't know. Those are my main like critiques. I probably would have given it 4.5 if it was just the exposition. Because overall it was fine. The characterization, like I said, was amazing, and you really got into her mind. Also, another critique I do have, even though I didn't want to lower a star for this, is that her destruction magic is explained. Hi, is explained, but not fully. Like I felt like it's being hinted at, but not fully explored. And I feel like it should have been explored a little bit more. Hopefully this comes up a little bit more. I know in the second book, not fully, but I'm hoping in the third book it comes up better. But I would have liked for it to be explored. I do like, however, the magic systems in general that are explored in this book. I like the different magic systems that come up and the way that they work. I'm not going to spoil that for you guys because I think it's a book that should be read. without spoilers. So I do like the magic systems, and I do like the way the characters are and everything that comes up with the book. So although I had these critiques, I highly did enjoy the book. So yeah, give it a read. I definitely recommend it. Definitely YA. Very interesting. And with that, my friends, I will see you in my next video, which will consist of a review of the next book in the Scholomon series, which is The Last Graduate. And I'm pretty excited to, review it as well. I have a couple of other books I want to make sure I get to review and everything, but I'm pretty excited to give you this review. But let me know your thoughts on A Deadly Education in the comment section below, as well as anything else you have. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you're aware the moment I release videos. And with that, I will see you in my next video. Until then, consume stories.